On this day, Leo Anstruther decided he would walk to the jetport because he believed in being unpredictable. I went with him, carrying his note case. 2 bodyguards walked behind us, following at a short distance. We wound our way down narrow back streets. Anstruther walked with his hands clasped behind his back, seemingly deep in thought. This was a part of his island he rarely visited. It held few charms for him. It was Poverty Alley. The narrow houses had been subdivided in many cases so that their occupants had overflowed into the streets to pursue their livelihoods. Vulcanizers, toy makers, shoemakers, kite sellers, junk dealers, chandlers, fishermen and sellers of foodstuffs all obstructed the freeway with their various businesses. I knew Anstruther had a concealed contempt for these unfortunates. These people, no matter how hard they worked, would never improve their lot. They had no vision. He often said it. Anstruther was the man of vision. He paused abruptly in a crowded square, looking about him at the shabby tenements on all sides. "It's not just the poor who help the poor, as the absurd saying has it," he said, addressing me, although he looked elsewhere. "But the poor who exploit the poor. They rent out their sordid rooms at extortionate rates to other families, inflicting misery on their own families for the sake of a few extra shekels." I agreed. It's not a perfect world. It was my job to agree. Among the dreary muddle of commerce, a bright stall stood out. An elderly man dressed in jeans and a khaki shirt stood behind a small table on which were stacked jars of preserved fruit, together with mangoes, blackcurrants, pineapples and cherries, as well as a handful of fresh vegetables. "All homegrown and pure, senor. Buy and try," cried the old man as Anstruther paused. Observing Anstruther's skepticism, he quoted a special low price per jar for his jams. "We only eat factory food," I told him. He ignored me and continued to address Anstruther. "See my garden, master, how pure and sweet it is." The old man gestured to the wrought iron gate at his back. "Here's where my produce comes from the earth itself, not from a factory.